Paul, my name's Hayden.
Hey Hayden, how are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
So, are we ready to get started?
I'm rolling, yeah, ready when you are.
Cool, Tori, you ready? Cool, so you guys have teamed up for the DC comic book Harley and Ivy Meet Betty and Veronica.
Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So what elements of each universe are you wanting to incorporate, and what are you looking forward to most to explore and kind of expand upon?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that surprisingly fit very well. Mm-hmm. You know, Veronica's father being super rich.
Right.
You know, the Veronica having a British butler.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of connections we're making based on names and sort of and playing with the inherent sort of screwball comedy of Harley and Ivy.
Yeah.
Goes hand in hand with the whole relationship of Betty and Veronica. So it's amazing no one's done this before, because it's very much. I found it very easy. It's been very. The characters all complement each other so well that it's not like it's not like having the Dukes of Hazzard meet Adolf Hitler.
Right.
These are things that are very complementary mix. They're two flavors that taste good together.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
We've kind of expanded Harley and Ivy's world a little bit more, partially creativity, partially out of necessity, because they wanted it pretty much on them and not so much the rest of the Batman world. Mm-hmm. But we said, okay, now let's give them threats and enemies on their own that they might have independent of the Batman world. And freed up to do that, we're able to make the characters, their adversaries, skew them a little more toward the Archie world and a little more nutty, a little more screwball, and yet at the same time we're able to take Betty and Veronica and put them into more serious trouble than they would have in an Archie comic. So we really are kind of going for a nice blend there.
Okay. So do you guys kind of addressed this, but did you guys run into any problems with tone? Because I think that Harley and Ivy, they've got a kind of a darker tone than Betty and Veronica.
To an extent, yes, but we're kind of cherry picking from all the permutations of these characters.
Okay.
This isn't the Riverdale Betty and Veronica. It's not necessarily the Archie Comics Betty.
Okay.
We're picking. It's like if all these characters are salad bars, we're picking things that are familiar to all of them, but it's kind of occurring in its own reality.
And Laura Braga gives more of a DC type look to it, more of a not the traditional Dan DeCarlo, which is wonderful, but the traditional look of Archie. So, and it's a challenge for me in my head, because I always see them as if Dan DeCarlo draws them, and then I have to look at Laura's work and it's like, no, more like this. And
what's great about Laura is, I don't know if you're familiar with her work from DC Bombshells.
A little bit, yeah.
She draws women who are pretty and sexy and attractive, but it doesn't ever feel cheesecakey or exploitive, and it's great to have a woman artist drawing these characters, because it's such a female-centric story, and it's really important that we have a female voice involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you ever, speaking of cheesecakey and exploitive, have you ever felt that people have kind of gone off the rails with Harley Quinn's sexuality? Like, I'm sure you've been asked this before, but I've always been curious about that.
Well, she's a vast tapestry for artists to experiment on,
Yeah.
And I think that some people have done that, and it's sort of lent itself to it. Mm-hmm. I think that you always have that when there's a relatively new character. People want to experiment with her and take her in different places. Yeah. But I think that especially now, DC has been very respectful of what makes the character work, and a lot of the stories have been a lot of fun, and that comes from Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner. They treat Harley like their own baby, and they don't want to do anything to.
And what's great about Harley Quinn is, for a character that's just turning 25.
Yeah,
she's a character that isn't so malleable. Like Batman, Batman can be reinterpreted. Every permutation of Batman is valid.
Yeah.
And every
permutation
of Harley has been respectful and honest to what Paul and Bruce created. The core of her, the essence. The outside may change.
Right.
The house paint might change, but the design of the house is still the same.
Right.
And it's a real testament to create a character that in 25 years has become one of the most recognized characters in pop culture.
Mm-hmm. Harley has an innate sweetness to her, and I think that's what everybody who's a fan of hers responds to. Certainly, that's what I see in the cosplayers, and that's what the people who write fan fiction about her. They all respond to I'm somebody who's cute, funny, makes mistakes, but I either apologize for my mistakes and go, or else go, and then go on. And
Harley's all about, for me as a reader, it's all about mischief, not about evil. It's all about just, having fun and being the life of the party, and that makes her, someone who's cute and trying to have fun could get away with a lot more than if they were just mustache twirling.
Yeah. Right. So what do you feel, I mean, you guys are writing this book together.
Yes.
What do you think the other brings to the book that you can't bring? Like what elements, what attitudes, all that fun stuff?
I'm just happy to be invited to the party because I've been a fan of Paul's since I was in college, and to have him say you want to write this with me is just, I'm still not sure that this isn't a big elaborate dream.
Yeah.
And Paul and I become good friends, and we have complementary senses of humor, and we get together and riff. This hasn't been like work; it's been like
fun.
Sitting at a party and talking about what about this, what about this, what about this. So for me, it's like getting that. It's like being. I said this earlier, but it's like getting to act with Robert De Niro. Getting to work with someone who's so talented makes me want to bring my game up.
Yeah.
And that's always, as an artist, I think we all want that. We all want to work with people who we admire because it makes us.
Elevate. Yeah.
It's like building a sandcastle, like, hey, this is really good. Hey, let's put a turret here. Yeah. Oh, hey, drawbridge here. Great.
Okay.
And a lot of fun, a lot of collaboration, but we're very passionate about the same thing, so that always comes with a great end result.
And I've said through this whole process, if the readers have half as much fun as we have making the book, people are going to really enjoy the book. Because I have not had this much fun writing a book in a very long time. It's not work. It's just pure fun.
That's awesome. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's great.
Yeah.